Brought to you by Eastern H2O. It's Steelers 365 here at TribLive.com. Eastern H2O in the Fox Chapel Plaza. Your place for the thrills and excitement of sports in any season. Wakeboarding, snowboarding, water skiing, snow skiing. It's all coming up. All the weather elements you can think of coming into Western PA with Super Bowl champion Mike Logan. I'm Ken Laird. Steelers 27, Redskins 12, Mike. More impressed with the 12 on the Washington side of the ledger with RG3 coming in, or the way that Steelers offense dink and dunk, kind of ground and pound a little bit yesterday, and were able to control the ball?
Well, equally impressed overall, but the job the defense did of containing RG3, I think, was most impressive throughout the night. The NFL's, sixth leading rusher, comes in, only gets 8 yards. I think they did a heck of a job. And then combined with the fact that RG3's receivers forgot that they had hands and kept dropping the football, 10 overall, I think, in the game, I think the Pittsburgh Steelers did a fantastic job of being able to contain him.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen that many drops ever in a game there. I don't know if you have. That was incredible, and weather had to be a part of it, but I think talent got to play in there at some point too, right?
I think so. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers defense really stepped up, being in position. Some of those drops, the ball may have been a little bit behind some of those guys or put in a situation where they knew they were going to get hit and they dropped the football. But I think it was an overall impressive performance by the defense.
Now, we've seen 2 weeks here, the Bengals 2 weeks ago and the Redskins this week. Probably not elite teams and maybe not playoff teams, but when you get a little bit of that momentum, I remember your 2005 championship team, everybody had kind of at one point said, this team's not good enough to get it done, and there are better teams in the AFC. When do you start to feel that it's legit? And could this Giants game coming up this week maybe be that springboard?
I think this is the part of the season when you figure it all out. And they have the momentum going right now. They put together two pretty good, decent teams. And everyone always says it. The cliche is the season is a marathon and not a sprint, and that's just how they do. The Pittsburgh Steelers and Mike Tomlin, they break it down into quarters. The first 4 games are the first quarter, second 4 games are the second quarter, and so on. So right now they're in the midst of their season, and they have it figured out. They have balance going on in the offense. They're running the ball efficiently. They're passing the ball efficiently, and the defense has really stepped up. So to come out and have a game against a talent like Robert Griffin III and have that success, now they're ready for the champs to come into town. And you can't forget that. The New York Giants will come in and, play against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And this is the measuring stick. We're saying, we're playing against the champs. We can knock them off right now. We're riding high for the rest of the season.
If the running backs are all healthy, who do you start? John Dwyer, you got to give him credit. He and the offensive line, they seem to work well together.
You have to go with the hot hand. I think he's the hot hand right now. He's had some success. He's really earning his playing time right now. And with all the injuries that they have at the running back position, you kind of can say, hey, take some extra time. Make sure that you're 100% before you come back, because we have a young man right now who is able to tote the pill. He's able to take the beating. He's able to get extra yards after first contact. So I think you stay with the hot hand.
Now, he had a little tweak of his quad, so we're going to see how healthy he is too. But how would players feel about that? I mean, let's say this goes on for another few weeks and everybody knows Mendenhall's healthy, but he's just not getting – I mean, would they be in favor of that? Or does it become split along sort of party lines in the locker room?
15-1. If you remember back to Tommy Maddox, Tommy Gunn went out with an injury, and Ben Roethlisberger came in and was able to reel off 15-1. I think those numbers were very impressive, and I think people wouldn't be too mad if the Pittsburgh Steelers were able to go on a run and continue to win football games with Jonathan Dwyer as the starting running back.
Wins equal cash for players, right? So.
Exactly. And believe me, that's something that you think about. You're thinking about that playoff cash, man.
Well, we'll see how it continues here. Big week with the Giants, and obviously the Hurricane coming in will make things interesting in preparation, but a trip to New York and Eli Manning. That's coming up. For Mike Logan, I'm Ken Laird. It's TribLive.com's presentation of Steelers 365.